In case you missed it, JLo has reached her limit on what she finds morally acceptable. No, it's not about Diddy parties and it's not about hiding predators in Hollywood. It's a joke about Puerto Rico. Apparently, that is just too much for her to handle. Let's get into it. Welcome to my channel, Outspoken Samantha. I appreciate you being here, whether you have been here before or you are new to my channel. Please hit that thumbs up button, make sure that you are subscribed, and make sure that your notifications are turned on so that you never miss out on a conversation like the one we're about to have. So at this point, if you've been tuning into my videos for a while or you've been following me on social media, you know how much I have truly come to have a very strong dislike for all things Hollywood. The image that these people portray on the red carpet with all of their glitz and glamour, putting themselves out there as if they're idols to be worshipped, as if money and expensive clothing makes you worthy of attention and credibility. It's such a stark contrast to the things that we have been learning about these people over the last several years. I mean, they're not just immoral, but so many of them have been hiding the darkest and most depraved behavior. They're covering for each other and they're willingly ignoring some of the most disgusting atrocities committed against innocent people, particularly children, that there's just no way to respect this industry or to continue to give them the kind of attention that we used to. And I think that among many of the celebrities that this applies to, I would say that Jennifer Lopez probably sits near the top of that list. She has quite a loyal following, and in her prime, she did have a massive fan base. I'd say that she had an era in her career that could be equated to what Taylor Swift experiences on a daily basis, but she was a global star and people really did celebrate her. I mean, honestly, I personally think that JLo's talent has been massively overrated since day one. I don't think she's a great actress and I don't think that there is anything special about her vocal abilities, but for some reason she was catapulted to the top and it just doesn't make sense to me because I think that her entertainment skills are mediocre at best. But on a personal note, she has aligned herself with some of the most depraved people in the entertainment industry. Diddy, of course, being probably the most egregious of them all. And with everything that is still pouring out about Sean Combs that is coming out about this case, it makes it that much more despicable, knowing that there were so many people who knew what was going on and attended these freak-off parties, who knew men, women, and kids were being drugged and assaulted, and who knew that he was doing some of the most unspeakable things to innocent people in exchange for fame and record deals. And I personally, just my opinion, I feel like JLo probably knew what was going on. I believe she could have very well witnessed some of it or even participated in some way. That is just me, just my opinion. We don't have anything concrete to suggest that that is true at this point, but I think we're all just waiting for that list to drop and I would not be surprised if her name is on it. But all of this just adds up to this massive level of ickiness, I feel, when people like Beyonce and JLo get up and try to tell us how to make our decisions, what we should base our decisions on, how to live our lives, and particularly how to vote. Because as we know, our vote is not just about checking a name or filling in a box or casting a ballot. People cast their vote based on what their values are, what their morals are, what they think is best for communities and families and kids. So when we have these people who have concealed some of the most disgusting, vile, criminal acts known to man, trying to pretend that they have any sort of moral foundation at all and therefore think that they know enough about what is good and right to tell us who would be a good and moral leader, it just doesn't add up. It just does not work. But that has definitely not stopped these celebrities from pouring out in support of Kamala Harris, which I have a lot of questions about. But let's get into this clip from an appearance that JLo did make at a Kamala Harris rally, because I do have some issues with some of the things that she said.
But over Kamala Harris's entire career, she has proven to us who she is. She has shown up for us every day, for the people.
So I do want to stop it there because I do think that probably the most honest thing that JLo could say is that Kamala Harris has shown us who she is. I mean, she dated a married man who gave her first prominent position and whose influence led to promotions that she was not qualified for. She married a guy who had impregnated his kid's nanny and slapped an ex-girlfriend in public. During her career as a prosecutor, she put thousands of Black men in jail for minor drug offenses and kept them in prison past their sentences so that they could be used for free labor in the state of California, which is the definition abolition of enslavement. She targeted single mothers with criminal charges for struggling to get their kids to school. She did not earn one vote in the Democrat primaries, and again, only earned her position as VP because a man gave it to her, a white man, nonetheless. She is now pretending that she has nothing to do with the fact that the southern border has been open for almost 4 years, allowing millions of illegal immigrants to invade our country, including countless criminals and terrorists who are now endangering, trafficking, and murdering women and children. And now the only issue that she is running on for president of the United States is the ability to kill unborn babies. So yes, Kamala Harris has shown us exactly who she is, and if you ask her about it, she will just repeat lines about growing up in a middle-class family while mumbling about the dreams and aspirations of the American people, which is something that has been largely diminished thanks to her administration because people can barely afford to eat, let alone dream. Let's go on.
And it's time for us to show up for her. It's time for us to all answer presente. I am an American woman. I am the daughter of Guadalupe Rodriguez and David Lopez, a proud daughter and son of Puerto Rico. I am Puerto Rican. Soy boricua carajo. And yes, I was born here, and we are Americans. I am a mother. I am a sister. I am an actor and an entertainer, and I like Hollywood endings. I like when the good guy, or in this case, the good girl wins.
Sorry, I just need to stop it there. Hollywood endings? Really? Maybe ask Britney Spears, Amanda Bynes, Justin Bieber, or Matthew Perry about their Hollywood endings, or countless other people in this industry that have been completely destroyed by some of the same people that JLo associates with and many other people. It just shows how disconnected these people are, not only from our reality, but from their own reality. They won't even acknowledge the vile, disgusting behavior that is rampant throughout this industry that JLo is out here promoting. She's still putting this out there as something that people should aspire to. It's gross.
And with an understanding of our past and a faith in our future, I will be casting my ballot for Kamala Harris for President of the United States proudly.
And that's enough of that. Of course, I think the lack of awareness is only that much more blatant when we see her getting emotional about the idea that Puerto Ricans were offended by this joke that a comedian made at a Trump rally, yet she's completely unbothered by the fact that there have been thousands and thousands of calls from people who were victimized by Sean Combs over the decades he was allowed to prey on people of all ages in Hollywood. Guys, I have said it before and I will say it again. I truly think that these people are being persuaded to give their endorsement for Kamala Harris. Every single one of them just really needs to wear a shirt that says Diddy made me do it, because that's truly where I think it's all coming from. And once again, these are the last people that any of us should be listening to for anything at all. And of course, I'm going to get people in the comments that are going to talk about the celebrities that have endorsed Donald Trump, to which I would say again, because I have said it repeatedly, they can endorse Donald Trump all they want. I do believe that there are outliers in Hollywood. I don't think that necessarily all of them are vile, but I do hope we get that list soon. But the point is that Donald Trump does not need any of these people to endorse him. He would have the same level of popularity without celebrity endorsements, whereas Kamala Harris would have a fraction, a tiny fraction of the popularity that she has now, if not for people like Julia Roberts and Oprah and JLo stepping up for her. But I would love to hear all of your thoughts on this in the comments below. Please, again, be sure to hit that thumbs up button. Make sure that you are subscribed. Keep it real, guys, and I will see you in the next one.